Here is part 2. So, Anime News Network spoke with multiple former employees of Funimation regarding Harper's claims about the licensing company's allegedly sexual charged environment and the allegation against Sabat from Court and Harper's affidavit. All the former employees denied any knowledge of a casting couch involving Sabat or anyone else working in Funimation. At least 3 voice actresses did not reprise their roles in Dragon Ball Kai. The recording began in approximately 2009. Monica Rio took over the role of Bulma, previously voiced by Tiffany Vollmer, and Colin Clickybear replaced Meredith McCoy as Android 18, and also replaced Stephanie Nadolny as Gohan. Sabat explained in 2016 that McCoy was replaced due to her move to Israel. At the time, she was since come back and reprised her role as Android 18 in Dragon Ball Super in the later films. Vollmer retired for voice acting in approximately 2009 and later moved to Louisiana. Sabat has not publicly stated when Nadolny was replaced in Dragon Ball Kai. She has actively expressed interest in returning to the role and has reached out to EO9 journalist Pete Belt Elderkin after the publication's piece of Mignogna went live. Anime News Network contacted Nadolny via social media but did not receive a response by press time. A former longtime Funimation employee told Anime News Network that they believe Nadolny let go due to unprofessional and disruptive conduct in the recording booth. One former longtime employee who asked not to be named disregarded. Disagreed with Harper's characterization that Sabat was treated like the de facto manager of Funimation. Given that he is not an employee but a contractor for the company, they noted that Sabat doesn't maintain an office there and was only at Funimation if he needed to record his own lines. They believe that Sabat may have had put input in the talent for the Dragon Ball franchise, but casting will be a group decision overall. Furthermore, they never heard of or saw Sabat solicit any female talent in exchange for roles. The staffer attributed the poor opinion of Mignogna among his co-workers as due to his own behavior and an inherent bias, and that Mignogna was difficult to work with, rude, will retell recording sessions, ask for sexy retakes, it could be snappy. The directors who attempted to give him input, while Harper cited Mignogna's religion as a point of contention. The staffer noted that there are other employees and talent they are known to belong to the Christian faith. They have not encountered the same problems as Mignogna, including longtime Funimation talent Kathleen Glass. The former staffer added the questions regarding Mignogna's sexuality were also spurred by the Fullmetal Alchemist voice actor's behavior. They said they were personally aware of at least 3 male Funimation employees of voice actors that felt uncomfortable due to Mignogna's touchiness when they were approximately 12 years ago. They said that pedophile rumors began because of Mignogna's conduct on conventions. If staff had made complaints about Mignogna's behavior, the staffer did not hear these complaints directly. They also took issues with Harper's statement that he is intimately familiar with the work environment at Funimation. It said that the conversionist Harper mentioned will be unlikely to occur at the Funimation offices due to how voice acting is conducted within the building. Voice actors are typically called in the record solo and will be limited interaction with one another at Funimation. The staffer stated that Harper's knowledge of the company's work environment will be limited to the audio side of the company, where he will be must interact with ADR directors, ADR engineers, and producers. They said they believe Harper's conflicting conversation between the voice actors and conventions as an interaction within Funimation. The staffer said that there was raunchy comedy within Funimation. They never saw employees or voice talent kissing one another. Casual hugs as a greeting were common during time at the company. Another staffer said they did not know of voice talent who sleep together and while employees did something hook up. It wasn't an epidemic. Harper noted in his affidavit that the Funimation offices did not have a sexual harassment policies posted that and that he had never received a handbook with information of Funimation's policies. According to 3 former staffers, full-time employees did receive employees' handbooks and had to undergo mandatory sexual harassment training. But in Funimation, these requirements may not have extended to Funimation's freelance contractors, including its voice talent. One former staffer cited this training as why they took issue with Harper's allegation that incidents described in Funimation's internal investigation happened off company property and thus may fall outside of its purview. If I meet with a co-worker at the bar or company time and the co-worker sexually harasses me, I still have the right to go to HR, they said. The former Funimation employee added that behavior at conventions will still be applicable, as a convention is considered a work-related event. Harper's affidavit referred to a Funimation director characterizing the company as a den of poison, Kafka Nightmare, and Orwellian Slave Factory. A similar statement is mentioned in the review of the company on Glassdoor. Although the review is an attribute to a Funimation director, the review using a phrase Orwellian Nightmare was posted on the site in 2016. Many of the reviews of Funimation on Glassdoor are non-favorable, and two former employees who spoke to Anime News Network recall hearing the company referred to in unflattering terms by staff. Aldrong, not the same praises that Hopper mentioned. Hopper's affidavits also brought allegations against Goku voice actor Sean Schemmel, and alleged Schemmel asked Hopper to participate in a derogatory video titled Vince Mangina, VA pedophile video, along with Sonny Strait, at Yamakon in 2013 in Tennessee. Hopper stated that they refused to participate in the video. A former Funimation employee who spoke with Anime News Network stated that they never saw the video who would not be surprised if it were true. They described the video was in line with Schemmel's sense of humor and stated he had made a video about another voice actor that was deeply heartful. Anime News Network reached out to Sean Schemmel's agent for comment but did not receive a response by press time. Schemmel was a subject of recent controversy involving the leak of decades-old audio recordings, where he can be heard repeating a homophobic slur as his voice of Goku. Funimation declined to comment on the nature of how the audio was leaked, where the recordings originated, or if the parties involved were ever reprimanded. Hopper was previously referenced to the deposition feelings as the friend of Mignogna who attempted, without Mignogna's input, to draft statements for both parties to avoid a lawsuit in March. Hopper's proposed statement would have been Mignogna admitted to being a sex addict. Hopper's new affidavit stated he does not have the personal knowledge to make the diagnosis of Mignogna. Hopper is also on record as a believer in the flat earth conspiracy theory. Mignogna's newly filed affidavit reiterated his denials of sexual assault and harassment against voice actresses Jamie Monica Riel as well as anyone else, which will include the twins and the Funimation employee for Funimation's internal investigation, as well as the additional subjects of the sworn affidavits. Followed by the defense in July, Mignogna has also denied he had grabbed her hair and pulled it down. As described in Marky's affidavit, Audrey Mignogna has previously admitted to grabbing Marky's hair in his own sworn deposition on June 26. Mignogna also reiterated that the alleged assault against Riel was not discussed with Tommy Denbo during Funimation's internal investigation. His new affidavit also included money earned in individual conventions in the past. Supplementing his previous statement during his deposition, he did not know how much money he had lost as a result of cancelled convention appearances. Mignogna estimated that he had earned approximately $161,000 in convention appearances this year, with Kamehameha-Con and Anime Matsuri paying the most, $37K and $30K. Mignogna states that he was informed by convention staff that his cancellations were due to sexual assault allegations by Riel and Marky, and that he has never been cancelled on the convention period in 2019. Affidavits filed by multiple con runners dispute this claim. However, it is unclear if Mignogna was informed that he was cancelled by previous conventions or blacklisted and not invited back without his knowledge. Mignogna denied having any knowledge of the encounter described by a former 16-year-old theater student that alleged took place in the summer of 1989, as well as all of the accounts given by former convention staff members, co-workers, convention attendees, and talent. The affidavit added he brought concerns to Colin Clickenbeard about his lack of a role in 2017. According to Mignogna, Clickenbeard did not reference any concerns about his behavior outside of sometimes being difficult to work with. I occasionally requested additional takes even John the director was satisfied. She stated that there were no other concerns about my conduct and did not mention any reports of inappropriate conduct. I told Chuck Hubbard of this meeting. Mignogna said, the defendants collectively filed motions to strike all of the court documents filed by Beard over the Labor Day weekend from the record, including the plaintiff's response to the TCPA motions to dismiss. Plaintiff's second amended petition and motions dismissed due to technical issues on Tuesday. The defendants counsel accused Beard of falsely notarizing affidavits, a crime in the state of Texas. The defendants counsel also accused Beard of attaching the affidavits as sworn declarations to the second petition as a way to circumvent having the affidavit struck from the record. This is an instance where the integrity of the court is threatened by the behavior of the licensed attorney in the state of Texas, and 3 witnesses willing to participate in his screams. Several sanctions were warranted, including the striking and the response, motion to strike, and second amended petition, the defense wrote. The defense counsel asked for a trial hearing to render sanctions following the court's decision on Mignogna's civil case. The defendant's counsel wrote that it attempted to verify the validity of the sworn affidavits. During communication with Beard, but believed their questions prompted to the later filing on sworn declarations in the second amended petition. The document also noted that Beard and Bullock were previously sanctioned for fraudulent filings in 2013. The collectivity filed for motion to strike, which was followed by a joint motion to declare the second petition as admissible due to improper footnotes that were left blank. It claimed that the evidence provided by the plaintiff is admissible. The statements in Mignogna's affidavit ran contrary to his peers' sworn testimony, as well as for the legal concerns about the remaining affidavits of Statosh, Harper, and Stantalim. Individuals' filings by Funimation, Marky, Real, and Toye also filed on Tuesday, arguing against the plaintiff's motions to strike individual affidavits, as well as the statements included in the plaintiff's unsworn declarations. Following the mountings of the legal filings on Tuesday, Judge Chop overruled all the Mignogna's counsel's objections and motions to strike evidence. The court has set a hearing on September 6 to respond to the defense motion to strike.